Morning, everyone. Hope all is fantastic and well, and you're staying healthy and home. A couple of thoughts about certain phases that are in properties in projects. If someone has an income producing residential, then that's the safest, I think, type of property that someone could have. We spoke about retail, we spoke about hotels, we spoke about the segments that could be in high risk. Offices are in less of a high risk because they still have to keep their rent in order to get back to it after a few months from now. Although some people are already experiencing challenges with businesses that are closing. Let's see what happens with that. A lot of challenges over there. But what I want to touch for a second is um, development. And as a person who deals with development, um, this is very interesting because if there's a development that is in the very early stage of it, meaning development right now, then um, some people are forced to stop the construction. Some governments basically are letting, because it's called, how do you say, essential force of work, and they are letting those workers to go and pursue and continue to with the construction. Although there are going to be many lockdowns, and right now it's underway, and this thing is going to stop. But I don't think the 2 3 months, God forbid 4 months is already a lot, but I'm saying are going to crazy change everything. Does not make the investments worse or anything. It makes it obviously IRR wise. It makes it not as great. But one thing I want to touch, that if there is a phase, let's say for example, someone is selling residential, selling condos, okay, someone is selling condos, and right now is the time for sales, okay. The mass sales is now, not pre-sale, not a certain like a mediocre type of stage. I'm talking about the mass sales should happen now. It's almost time to for occupancy, and people have to come and take their apartments, take their condos, and go and live in. And no one is coming to buy because people will not buy virtually. Okay, and I'm gonna talk about prop tech and the benefits of technology in a different video. But right now, I want to talk about practicality. People will not buy an apartment, no matter how much money it is. Whoever is buying for $200,000 and whoever is buying for $3 million, for them it's an apartment, it's an important place, and they're not going to buy it unless they're going in, walk, do the walkthrough, falling in love with the dream, and buying it. Especially in condos, if even if it doesn't exist, and they go to a sales office and they need to experience the dream. You know what we do to sales offices in order to make it happen for the buyers. If it's not going to happen to them in their hearts, and that's how you buy a home for the most part, it's not going to happen. Investment wise, people might buy an apartment for investment, but this is not the type of investment people will fall into right now. People more likely, if they have money, will get into an investment that they can do from home. Either it's stocks, which is now very volatile, and they will see, look at what happens, or a certain type of a thing that is there's nothing to see physically, and it's a long distance, but they can see a nice, brochure, nice. They can see all the numbers in front of them and can make a clear decision. But anyways, selling condos right now is on halt. So if we have right now a phase of selling condos and we are dependent on those, you have to wait another 3 4 months. That is right now. That is a real halt, and we don't know what will future will bring. But different phases in construction means different things for different type of developers. If let's say someone was developing a shopping center, and it was key position, excellent, great co-tenancies, great types of tenant mix also. Um, that you know that they're going to be the right people for that. Amazon can't hurt them. Anyone can hurt them. Great discount stores, supermarket, restaurants, coffee shops, Starbucks, everything looks great, and it's done, and it was already, it's almost done, and it's time for you to get the leases. Nobody will sign leases with you, and those who did sign leases with you, if they're not capable of paying it right now because they're not capable of 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 going into the store and start selling, major problem. So certain type of properties in different phases mean different things. But if you're just starting up, you didn't even take the tendencies, you're just planning it, the shell, or whatever you do, this is early, nothing's going to hurt you. Planning stage is good, nothing's going to affect you. So different stages, different phases, crazy times, coronavirus. Stay healthy, guys. The most important thing is to be healthy. If we don't have our health, God forbid, just um, a couple of months ago, I was on a Shabbos table on a Sabbath Friday night dinner. I was sitting down, and there was a mega developer who was there. I did not know, a very old man, and he was sitting there at the table. Very old man, barely could raise his head, and all of a sudden, I realized this is a guy who built a company that has assets under management in the capacity of somewhere like $170 billion, something huge. And I looked at him and I said, "Oh my God, is that you?" I said, "Yes." I said, "Well, can you give me good advice? Things now are interesting, and I told him situations about deals and about certain things that are going on and challenges that I'm going through. If you have something that a tip to give me." And he raises his head, like, like being an old man. He's like, oh, picking up his head, looking at me, and he's saying, "Well, you're young, you're healthy, you're strong, you're kicking, you'll be fine." And I thought about it, so true. If we have our health, all we have is to get ahead, to, how do you say, get ourselves together and do whatever we can, especially in these times. If we're healthy, and hopefully we are, get your head together and let's move forward. Let's do the right decision, make the right decisions, think outside the box, reinvent ourselves every single moment. Love you guys. Take care.